The Breakfast Club. The last time this guest stopped through, he left in the middle of the interview to go to the bathroom.
That was the second to last time.
Oh, that was the second last time. We want to make sure you get
Nothing wrong with that.
breaks this time. Wale!
Nah, we good. What up?
But
What up, son?
let me do a gum check.
No, we good.
Okay, good.
You chewing the gum too hard?
Now, a lot has changed since the last time you've been here.
No, not much. It was like
A little
a couple
bit.
weeks ago.
You left Rock Nation.
Oh, yeah.
And you signed with LeBron James Management. Now, what do they know about music?
Couple things about brands and stuff like that. And I don't really need no help on the music side. It's like the brand stuff is what I'm on right now. So.
And you're a sports fanatic anyway, so.
Yeah, but
Does that mean you'll get involved in more?
You ain't signing with the Wizards.
Actually, I do. I have a job with the Washington Wizards.
Word, okay.
Whoop, whoop.
We can't really.
In your
Can we
face.
go into that now? Yeah. I got.
Well, too late now.
Brand
Too late now, you already started.
brand ambassador, but
Oh, that's dope.
so yeah, just one of the magnificent things that I do in my free time.
So
Well,
it's
that's awesome.
It's like what Drake does with the Raptors.
Kinda.
Got you. You help him recruiting, so now you can't
I
shop.
don't do none of that.
You can't be like,
Don't let him get you in trouble.
No, sir. Community, man. We just touch the community, and we do that, and we stay away from all of the personnel.
So was it hard leaving Rock Nation? When rappers get with Jay, it's hard to leave.
It was hard. It was hard because I was there when that joint was S. Enterprises. When that joint was brand spanking new. You know what I'm saying? It was just me, Jay, John Manilli, couple people, like not that many artists. So it was hard, like for me. You know what I'm saying? But to me personally, they're going in another direction. They're sports. You know what I'm saying? Is to me, like, you know what I'm saying? And like my day-to-day person was Rich Kleiman. And, he's, with Victor Cruz and KD and I believe Hakeem Nicks. And, he got his own thing going on. So, I wish those guys the best.
You've been with them forever. It was amicable.
I introduced Victor Cruz to, those, a lot of, Rich and, as well as KD.
You get a check for that? Yeah, you get a check.
No, too late now. It's too late, baby. Now it's too late.
Does that affect your relationship with Jay-Z at all?
No.
Jay-Z understands he's a businessman.
Those guys is ain't worried about little old me anyway. So good.
What are you
getting
doing?
comfortable, man.
Yeah, what's happening in
What's our
here?
guy, man? Gosh, what's our guy?
Comfortable, man.
All right, so Wale,
Yeah.
we were out there talking, and you said you haven't really been getting into too much trouble lately, so we shouldn't
He's
be
been
able to
pretty
go in on
quiet.
you.
Been a kindler, gentler Wale.
He took a little break off of Twitter for
Either
a
that or
while.
somebody took his phone.
Nah. I'm just kind of, my management probably them. Nah.
His phone, all right.
So hold on, what you mean? Your management got you calm?
No. New drugs, new medicine.
Got you.
Nah, fuck that.
No, because I know.
We know you're on drugs.
It'll be good. It'll be better. It's just. It'll be high and low. It'll be sometime. I'll probably kirk out sometime soon.
I've read articles where they say you suffer from anxiety and stuff like that.
I do.
So do you take medication for that stuff?
No.
Okay.
And you also feel like you care too much about what people think at times.
Yeah, because I give my all. I give my all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said last time, like I wanna be felt. So I bear all my feelings for y'all. Like, and I don't hide it. And like men in our society, like they do their best to try to be like portray an image of something they've seen at some point in their life, whether it be like Scarface. Hip hop had that fascination with like gangster, Scarface, Pacino, and all these Italian dudes that were racist any goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas my thing is like I'll give you all of me real, because I know when you go home at night, you that person, you that real person. You got one person that can make you, that can hurt you. You got something that can hurt your feelings, or you might want, like I said, the promotion or whatever, or somebody make you feel some type of way. Like, yeah, come back. You gonna be back. You're gonna be back. I get it so much a day. Like somebody write something like, "Oh, I finally know what Wale was talking about when he da-da-da-da-da-da," because somebody said something to me today, or some girl da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you be your real self. So when you ready to be your real self, and you ready to be in tune with your real emotions, come on over and come on over to this side where it's real at.
You've also said that people always say, "Oh, we missed the old Wale," and on this new album, you're going to be going back to the old Wale.
What's the old Wale?
It ain't really no old. I mean, it's just like I'm kind of letting my core fans A&R the project. Like I'm zeroing in on things that made them grow to love me earlier in my career. Like when I was doing like, mixtape about nothing and more about nothing. Like, so I'm trying to focus on like those things sonically. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not running away from those things no more. Like I'm a little bit more brave now as far as like my music selection on this project.
Are you gonna reach back out to people like Mark Ronson?
I wish, but Mark don't need nothing, so he's hard to reach.
Yeah, I saw you wrote that on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that. I was like, I never thought about it. Like you was like, Mark, he don't mess with you anymore. It's true industry behavior.
It is, but anywhere I word it, it'd be like, oh, he's whining. So I just encourage people to just kind of like read between the lines, because I ain't trying to say nothing, because I'm not trying to.
But he discovered you though.
He didn't discover me. You know what I'm saying? Like to be honest, what happened was, that's just something that sounds cool when you sign. But like now we big boys now, we can tell the real story. What happened was I was, doing the local circuit, go-go's and like, street stuff, rapping on U Street, on Achilles Cafe, with Listen Band, Backyard Band, all that back home. And he had found one of my songs, and it passed from one person to one person. He played it on the show. And he asked me to come and do a freestyle for him. I did it. I came in. And like I'm a hungry, rapper from DC. So I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm trying to get a record deal. Like, and he kind of like, oh, we'll see. So what happened was, I think her name was Leah Rose. I believe her name was
Double
Leah.
XL.
Double XL. She called Rich Klyman, I believe, and told Rich, yo, you got to sign this kid. He's hot. So Rich Klyman brought me back in and said, Mark, sign him. Mark was kind of, But when he started hearing the buzz, Mark started hearing the buzz, you know what I'm saying? And then things blew up. Lil Wayne did that Nike Boots remix, and then it blew up. That, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh, all right.
I better get it now.
Yeah. So, that's Rich. That's why me and Rich was always like this. You know what I'm saying? And then I made a lot of sacrifices. Like I was on tour. I did all these tours with Mark. Like I had a crazy buzz back here for my main deal, for my distribution deal, and I just followed Mark. I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna stay down with Mark. All right, you want me to say he discovered me? That's what we're gonna say? Okay, he discovered me. All right, you know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to sign at that point I wanted to sign with Def Jam or Capitol, who was saying all these things they was gonna do for me, but it was like, sign with Mark, do Interscope. I was like, all right, well, let's do it.
That deal went left, and then
it didn't work out too well.
And I went left because when Mark signed the deal, Mark was hot as fish grease at that point. And he, those promises, like, he's producer of the year. He did Amy Winehouse project. So Jimmy Iovine is assuming that he gonna come in and make hits for their artists.
Right.
He never did that.
He didn't.
Read between the lines. So, who got to suffer because of that?
Oh, bro. So Mark Ronson didn't do for Jimmy what he wanted, so Jimmy won't do for Wale.
It's how the game go. It's how the game go. Jimmy, that ain't Jimmy. That ain't on Jimmy. Whatever. And you never once heard me go bad on Mark. Be like, well, he didn't do.
Right.
I just said, all right, well, we gonna thug it out. We gonna go. We gonna turn up. We gonna make the music we want to make, and we gonna do it without no cosign or no musical genius person. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did.
So one of the reasons he probably don't throw beats your way now is because he probably never really believed in the first place.
I mean, he don't. What beats he? You know what I'm saying? He ain't really making no beats like that anyway. Like,
yeah.
He not in this world. He doing his stuff over there. He blowing them up. He blowing stuff up over there. Like he getting it in London, but I'm not. I never want to sound like that angry rap dude that's pointing fingers. So I just try to be careful. You know what I'm saying? What I say.
You're just saying what happened, and you're not mad about it.
It is the game, man. It's got way worse than me in the game. A lot of got their flow jacked and a whole lot of us, and then you ain't heard from them since. So,
but did that turn you off from wanting to do another deal, like signing with Rick Ross? Is something like that make you a little?
Nah. I was so green back then, dog. Like I was so green, and looking back then, I was man. Look. Even when I did Chillin', like, I was so green and everything because so much was different, man. I just took everything that they did. They changed the video. I'm talking about Lady Gaga was half naked in the original Chillin'. In between two tractor trailers doing the Beyonce uh-oh dance. Like, right when we about to send it on the MTV, they I forgot Mark Joe. I forgot I don't want to say the wrong manager name, but he called. It was like, no, You know, she's not a video girl. She's not doing that. We don't want to portray like that.
Damn.
Changed the video. The song was different.
Right.
The song, the day before we were submitted, Jimmy was like, I want it like this. It makes sense like this. So I was like, what about that way? I was like, all right, well, I don't want to be the angry. I don't want to be that dude.
I'm just rocking with whatever y'all say.
So you don't strike me as the go along to get along type of guy.
That's because he was green back then.
I never
Back
thought
then,
that.
Look at this. They used to have me wearing the comp like Argyle with the, like, I just didn't want nobody to be like, oh, he's hard to work with. I didn't want that. So I just did everything. Now I'd be like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to do that.
Well, I think that comes to everybody with, you know, getting a little bit more.
Earn your stripes.
Yeah.
Now he can though. He's in a position he can. Now with the new project, how far are you along with this new project, with your new album?
On all my albums, I work to the very last second. I work till he be like, all right, you ready? Last one? I'm like, no, let me, one more ad-lib. Like, one more, one more thing, please. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always working.
Okay.
I was reading that Pete Rock produced on the album.
We got some stuff. I mean, but I don't have no features right now other than Jeremiah and Usher.
Right. I like the Jeremiah song.
Somebody messed up your look with that single. You're supposed to get the big iHeartMedia rollout.
Somebody leaked the
Then it leaked.
Somebody leaked the heme, man.
You feel like that was sabotage? Or?
Again, man, I
Who
don't want
leaked the record?
I don't want to be baited into these.
We gonna bait you.
I will not be
Was
baited.
it the radio people at Atlantic?
The game got this against me, man. That shit, man.
You don't have any news that are going to leak out, do you?
Huh?
You don't have any news that are going to leak out also?
No. What? No. No. I think that's a bad. I don't even understand. Like, what you. I just don't understand. If you're married to somebody or been with somebody that long, do you really need nudes at this point?
Hell no.
Why not? But if you travel a lot and you're on the road.
No, let me have that in my brain so when I come back, I can tear that shit
I
up.
agree.
I'm sure plenty of girls send you nudes, though.
But I don't go with these bitches.
Okay,
I don't go with them. I don't go with them.
I really think these nudes are like a celebrity ice bucket challenge we don't know about.
No, it's not.
They raising money for the
Embarrassing.
Illuminati on
Do
the
you
low.
have
So.
pictures of yourself stored in your phone that you send out to girls if they're like, send a picture?
No, for what? Like, for what?
I feel like most guys have that.
I think it's like some insecure, like, deviant, weirdo shit going on. Like, I don't understand.
So you've never sent a picture?
No, for what?
Not even from this angle?
I send an
What are you doing
an
over
emoji and
An emoji.
a ticket confirmation.
Or like that little eggplant emoji.
I send a smiley face, a question mark, and a confirmation. The Dulles Airport, arrival this time, Uber, and all that.
Now, how involved was Ross on this album right here?
Ross he's for inspirational purposes. Ross is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know the OGs though, like Diddy, Ross, like they make the G calls when got to get done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ross know that I'm an artist that like to just be super hands on, and then I submit it when I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Or if he G calls, it'd be like, such and such. You do that version? Oh, okay. But we ain't had that because I haven't reached out to nobody to do no something. It's all me right now. I'm like singing my own hooks and everything.
Wow. Did he call you about the whole Meek Mill situation and be like, come on, guys, like, let me mediate this?
No, I didn't even acknowledge it. He was like, all right, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, next. He ain't really never really acknowledged that.
But y'all spoke, though. Y'all spoke since that situation.
I mean, he it's hard to speak to Meek right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's away right now. But I talked to everybody in the set, though. I talked to O'Malley, Talk, everybody, everybody, people have been trying to, but I live in Cali right now, so I'm not the most available, and I live in the hills, so I'm not the most available right now.
That situation, did it stun you? Like, really?
Yeah, how did it happen? It just seemed like it just came out the blue.
It did. Shit, I was I was hungover. Man, I was in Vegas the night before, so I overslept. I crawled to my plane, Pedialyte, all that. Like I'm just trying to get back to normal. I get to my hotel. I watched Monday Night Raw, and I went to sleep. Woke up, and I was like, I thought it was like some trolling somebody with a fake retweet.
Right.
And I was just looking at the jump like, damn, shawty, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So, but then I saw, like, don't even text me, John. Like, I was like, all right, well, okay.
So you ain't text him?
No.
Come on, man. We seen Notorious movie when Big tried to call Pac.
I ain't.
One little phone call could have changed all of it.
I mean, when I saw that, I was like, but you never know what somebody's going through, and I still love him, man. That's like, that's how you feel. That's on you, but I still got love for the dude, man, and You know, I wish nothing but the best for him. You know.
Have y'all had any words since he's been locked up?
Mm-mm. I mean, but you gotta understand, like most times, like at this point, like you probably don't want to have nobody on three-way in the middle of the call, and you know when you locked up, you call one person and then y'all just finesse the whole thing. He probably don't want to just be having somebody on the phone like in between that.
You might want to visit, man, because if he got that mad that you didn't.
We tried. We tried. I tried though with Ross though, but it's not always easy to do that.
You have to be on like the list.
Yeah, be on the list.
Yeah,
because if he's mad you didn't put up a release date, he's gonna definitely be mad you ain't gonna visit the list.
Your name is definitely not on the list.
Now, as one of the leaders of the new school in this rap game, does it bother you? And I'm gonna tell you why I'm thinking about this. Does it bother you when you put out a record and it doesn't get the reception that like a Kendrick record does or a Drake record does?
Yes, absolutely.
Whose fault do you think that is? Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Maybe it's mine. Because Kendrick dropped that joint yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, nobody makes feel good rap." What? Like you gonna tell me I ain't make Sunshine? Like I made Sunshine. Sunshine's a damn good record.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, such and such dropped this. Nobody has content.
Lyrics and content, right?
Oh, Black Hero. Look, can we play Black Heroes this morning? Is that like out of the norm? Like, can we do that?
We'll play it in the mix this morning.
Thank you. But like that record, like that shit hurt me though. Like that shit hurt me though because I'm like, damn dog, like the shit I'm saying in that record, like that shit hurt. Like why the is it falling short? Like what am I doing? Okay, whatever. You say you don't like me, whatever. Why is it falling short though? I'm saying some shit in it. Like all the punchlines and all that. Like that record is important to me.
Right.
It's important to the communities. It's important to our society. It's important to let people know that's happening. That somebody's saying it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when that falls short, it does affect me. Like, you guys want to champion clappers, or you guys want to define me off clappers and shit like that? Like, define me off Black Heroes. Define me off Gullible. You know what I'm saying? Define me off Curse of the Gifted. Define me off Bricks. Define me off the idea of a young black man trying to encourage people to embrace their gifts, encourage people to have ambition, and define me off that.
Well, I find you to be very versatile. I say that much, absolutely.
But they say Pac, one of the reasons he was growing so hard with the thug life is because he's like, in order to change society, we have to be of it. We have to be of the communities that we plan on changing.
You got to put the medicine in the candy.
And that's what I'm doing. Like, that's what I always intended on doing. 600 bands. Oh, Ross gave me the hook to 600 bands. Okay. Let me take that and let me try and make it a motivational song. Like, Ross gave me this record to be this, but I said, let me make it that. Chain music. Let me take Chain So Big Can't Pop My Collar. Let me talk about how we slaves to materialism. Mm-hmm. Let me make a song called Vanity about that. Let me make Golden Salvation. How you gonna champion Nas, I Gave You Power, and not even mention Golden Salvation? So that's what developed. That's when this real chip on the show to develop with me. Like, okay, you don't like how I talk. You don't like whatever. You don't like how I dress. Whatever the like, cool. But don't say it ain't happening. Mm-hmm. Don't ignore it from happening. Because then you sound like a hypocrite. You sound like, oh, I like when Pac do it. I don't like when Wale do it. I like when Nas do it. I don't like when Wale do it. Like, don't do that, though. Man, have some water, please.
But the reason I brought that up is because yesterday, when we're talking about Kendrick's record, and I'm saying that, the three people that are always in the discussion are Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole. Immediately on Twitter, everybody
so
like,
you
what's up with
Wale?
Wale? What's up with Wale? What's up with Wale? So it's like the people see it. So is it something with the label? Like, what's not connecting
I just want, like, I know, like I said, I'm not no media darling. Like, I'm not going to be.
That's one thing. He's not. He's not.
These white girls that with these top 40 records that go #1 off the break, they not going to call Wale to do a song. They not.
That song with Gaga, though. That's your first joint.
That was Jimmy. That was off the break. Okay. They not going, and now that you got people like Iggy Azalea, and they definitely not going to call us like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that ain't no knock on her, but it's just like, they want what they know. They want what's of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna call Wale to get on no like, we gotta be in the trenches. Like, me and Rose, we go to Magnolia Projects, we posted out there shooting a video to touch the people. Some motherfuckers should just get a song written for them, record it, forget about it, do one call on one radio station, that go #1. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we other. So it is frustrating. Like, when you make songs and you try to lead, it almost shows you the society we live in is like a self-loathing society, and I don't know if black culture has ever been like that ever. Like we were so proud to be black when we had all that had our afros out. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, Black Panther Party, like everybody was loving each other. Like, you know, there was a whole lot of illegitimate, you know, children and all that, and a lot of deadbeat fathers and that. I that's one thing we've improved on. But the loving of black people, the loving of ourselves, our urban culture, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a big hole in that. And some of the things I saw on Twitter yesterday was, damn, like, okay, whatever. If you don't like the record, cool. But like, this is like, oh, this nigga wrote a song about loving himself.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
What you supposed to do?
Like, I don't love myself a lot because of you, mother. Like, I don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sure a lot of artists don't love themselves. A lot of celebrities don't love themselves.
You have to remind yourself to do that sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
So you love the
because
record.
of
You
y'all.
love Kendrick's record.
I love it.
I love it too. I think it's dope. Where do
Hey,
you think this inferiority complex came from amongst our
I don't know,
people?
young, because it's like dark men love light-skinned girls. Dark men love light-skinned. It's such a color like conversation daily on social media. Filters, like the filter game is showing us another side of, like, you know, us. Like, you know, I don't know where it came from. I really don't. I can't blame. We can't blame this on the man this time. It's us.
Exactly. You know, when Childish Gambino was here, he was talking about how he wants to be like a big and white artist. Like he described Will Smith as big and white, and I'm like, why can't you be?
I think he meant like
big and black,
slate. I don't
black
think...
great. Why you just can't be black and great?
But I don't even know if it's possible though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know. Sometimes I sit up there like, am I failing because I'm dark skinned, or is it because I'm crazy? What? Like,
Because I'm
nah,
dark
I don't know, because Drake and Cole, they light.
First of all,
I don't know. Is it
but
because,
Wale, you cannot. You can. First of all, you don't think that you're failing at all.
That's real, though.
Because you're not failing.
I want more for myself. Though.
Okay, but you can't say that you're failing.
As a person that sleeps in the studio and obsesses over like writing music, I want more for myself.
But no, it is, you're awkward though. So
Why is he awkward?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because he's a standoffish person. If you don't know him, you won't talk to him because you're like, I don't know what's gonna come out his mouth. All the people that he named, you can approach them and feel comfortable.
Nah, I don't believe
No,
that.
I don't know about all
I don't
that.
believe that.
I've been in the club with Wale, and I ain't see Wale
believe
talk
that.
to one person.
Because why?
See,
I don't know them.
I don't know them.
If you come up to me though, you come up to me, then it's all good.
Let me tell a Wale story.
Oh, here we go.
Because this is
the
why.
IAA story.
Exactly. And I understood what Wale was saying then. Wale comes in the club, he's cooling. He shows me his Twitter. His dude's like, yo, that's Wale. I should go slap him, whatever. So now you on guard. You're like, well, where these dudes at that want to slap me? Where they at? Not on no, he's scared, but now he's feeling away because there's some dudes that are in the club, in the crowd, that will never approach him, tweeting that they want to slap him. Right. I can understand where the social
and that same thing happened at the
standoffishness comes from.
WWE event where somebody was talking ish, and then you really went over.
I just be trying to see what's up.
You really went over to him.
If my Twitter's telling me I'm a
But
slap
don't you
It
think?
ain't on no tough guy, but it's just be so frequent. Today we could just be like, yo, let's do it.
But they know it gets to you, so they keep doing it.
But I want to see I want to look you in your eye. You tell me that. That's all.
One out of.
I just want to know though.
If people say they're gonna slap you and then people walking up to you giving you dap wanting pictures, you got to look out for everybody. It might be one of those guys that's trying to sneak me or something.
It's always like that though, because I was in it was my man Cass' birthday party, and then I thought I was dapping somebody. And he was like, "Yeah, what's up?" I was like, "Buddy,
who are you?
What you mad for? First of all, Instagram, Twitter. Okay, no, what's up? You want to do it? Okay, what? And then it's all the rah-rah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be tough. Like, look at me. I'm not trying. But if you want to do that, like, let me know. We can do that if that's what you want to do. And there's a lot of that going on. So I'm just trying to find out where's the disconnect at? What are we doing here? Because, you know, it's a lot of like, oh, man, when I see him, this, that, and the third. Like, where y'all be at? Where y'all be at? And why is it so frequent? Like, why is it so, like, everybody want to do something all the time? Like, and nobody doing nothing.
Because you react to it.
That's the reason why.
That does, to me, psychologically, that don't make sense though. Like, oh, because he reacts, I'm gonna.
People like to get a reaction.
At him.
But
they do it
why?
to me. They do it to show.
But I don't. Okay.
Everybody.
But think about it though. But like, okay, I'm emotional. So what else?
Like if somebody says something to me,
did you win money?
I just block them. That's
play
it.
Play Madden, dog. Like play 2K.
They don't want. You can't be dark skinned with light skin tendencies.
Yeah. Okay. Look. But check this out. Y'all ready?
Right.
He's emotional. He's gonna react. So what? Did you win?
They like to see
Did you
that.
win? Play 2K. Like, play Madden.
I feel what you're
Go get
saying.
a girlfriend. What?
So
what?
So you got me to react. What do you get from
what?
that?
What happens now? Yeah, I react. Oh, Wale ain't reacted.
Right.
They video it and they put it on Roster.
Oh, well,
You know what I think
did you
too?
win money?
No,
You
but-
back to working them KFC.
Wale tweeted me back.
You okay? You work at Golden Corral.
I think
What?
sometimes people feel like they show love and people don't acknowledge that. But as soon as somebody shows some hate, that's when people want to respond.
But
And that
no,
does
no,
happen.
no. You know what it is on Twitter? It is simple as this. I respond to way more positivity than negativity. But it's like that reverse psychology, like, oh, I'm going to say this. You only respond to negativity, Wale? Yes. I knew that one was going to work. He responded to that. Like, that's all that is.
Right.
That's all that is.
Now, that's true. Even as a media personality, we're trained to spot that. Like, I go to, like, before you came in, I'll go to your Twitter, see what was going on. I noticed the Mark Ronson, and I noticed somebody saying, why you don't put out enough music?
And I said,
check my Wikipedia.
Go to my
Yeah.
Wikipedia, and it'll show you that I've dropped a project or two every year for the past 7 years.
But it's positive stuff there, but I don't care to ask
we
about
don't
that. Like, who cares? Like, oh, Wale, people love you.
We
like,
gravitate towards negativity.
We do.
Absolutely. So who's playing the game right now? Is it me? Am I just playing off everybody doing that to stay relevant or stay hot, stay to get them talked about on Breakfast Club? Because if it was all positivity on there, this interview probably been over 10 minutes ago.
About 20 minutes ago.
I think it's honesty,
I'm
though.
just joking.
I think it's honesty. 'Cause a lot of people do
We love
wonder
the honesty.
why the dots aren't connecting for Wale.
But you gotta understand, as the writer of the stuff, and also being somebody who's always thinking, like I really don't understand. As I was leaving Rock Nation, that was like the last thing. Like I almost stumped the class with the question. Like, what am I like? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got good records. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm consistent. Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Like, you don't think I want to be more liked? Of course I do. I care that people like feel the way about me. Like, I care. I'm sensitive. I care. Like, I let you know I care. But what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you write a song like "Go to Salvation" and it go? Phew, I bet you check YouTube right now. It's probably got like 200,000 views. That's not okay with me. You know what I'm saying?
But then you
not
also
for no
meant-
vain reasons, but for the fact that like as a writer, you execute something of that skill level. Like, you want to be like, I just dropped 80 on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't nobody talking about it? You know what I'm saying? So, like, as a writer, you want to be celebrated for those things. Like, and it's frustrating. And it's like, how you supposed to go back in a studio and write that again, knowing if you write it, it's gonna fall short.
So does that make you have to feel like you got to compromise your music? Like, let me go get Ty Dolla Sign on the road?
It worries me. It worries me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, you know, how am I supposed to write backwards? Am I supposed to write in French? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I to do? And there's gonna be people like, oh, you're whack. You drop clappers, whatever. Well, I come from DC. I come from the go-go. I come from being too young to go into the parties and seeing girls strip on stage.
But like Charlamagne said, do you go back to, well, everybody's doing this, so I'll lean to a mustard type sound, or I'll lean to this guy?
I would have done that anyways, though. My first record was Dig Dug, and it had a 12-bar verse, an 8-bar verse, and a 12-bar verse, and like 16-bar bridge, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that's real life, though. You know, sometimes you in the club, sometimes you in the strip club, and
That's
then
me.
sometimes you get deep, and sometimes, you know, it is what it is.
Being human.
I embody that. Like, I want to embody the reality of being a man in 2014, 15. Like, we are that. We do get introspective. Taps the blunt, hits the blunt. Why is such and such and such and such? That's the Wale thing. Like, I tap the blunt and I write you those spoken words at the top. That's what everybody do. We get introspective when we light up, and that's what it is. Okay, I'm in a strip club. I'm sipping good. I'm feeling good. All right, that's when you get in no hands.
Right.
Oh, okay. I like a girl who told me that she's going to bed, but she's thirst trapping on Instagram. Yeah, I'm gonna write about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with y'all.
So as a man, forget the label, forget the management. As just an artist, what do you think you're missing? Like, when you're looking in the mirror and you
I
say,
just don't think it's like, yeah, it's just like that likable thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the funny thing is, growing up, like, I was always liked because I would play sports, always had the J's. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the dude that was corny. You know what I'm saying? Ever. Like, I was the dude that ain't never smiled, but I always had friends. So it's like coming in this and like people being able to attack you and just be like, I don't like it. I don't know why, but I just don't like it. It's weird to me, but. Like I said last time, I'm dealing with it. Like, I'll come out and sell my 200,000 and still be in the top 10 every year.
And still managed to get Seinfeld to be. I mean, that's something that nobody else has done.
Because he
to be on the
it's
album.
real. It's when you
And
real.
that's a huge deal.
Absolutely.
How y'all got a connection? Like, I mean, that's been going on for a while. Like,
Same like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep it all the way funky with him, and he keep it all the way real with me. So, you know, something like, you know, all people from all walks of life appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably the richest dude I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's sitting there chopping it up with us, talking about life, and we share a lot of the same similarities. And that's what the album is about. The album, you know, is essentially like me and him talking in metaphor. Like, we have all these conversations, and then I go in and write music, you know, that brings it all back. For instance, I have a song called "The Glass Egg" and "The Helium Balloon." They're like, when you look at the back, it's like the helium balloon. Like, and the idea of the helium balloon is, you know, my fans have a balloon, and it's like when you have a balloon, like you enjoy it because it's going high, but you don't want it to fly away. So it's like your fans at some point, you know how, and we have a close relationship with my fans. They want me to soar. They don't want me to go too far. You know what I'm saying? I used to put my faith in the yard. Now communication is gone. I agree we've gone a distance. My new location is the charts. You know what I'm saying? Can't count the days, but let's just say 5 years coming of age and make you blow by your day job. You know what I'm saying? So basically I'm saying when I got here, like, they love how I was soaring. They love, like, when I was right there. Once I dropped that album and once they felt like I was going away, like, it started viewing things different. Now they questioning, I miss the old Wale. Like, when you got girls saying, I miss the poetic stuff, what you miss the poetic stuff from when I ended my last project with a poem? Like, that's my last offering. So what is you missing? But and these philosophies and these ideas from fans are accumulating. That's what people are saying, because we live in a society now where one person reads that, you know what, I miss it too, girl. But what y'all miss? I ain't never switched up. I ain't never changed. And that's just, you know, that's that balloon. Like, y'all feel me going away, it don't feel the same. People are in love with that nostalgic feeling, that feeling that you got when you first, man, you might have been in love with the girl in your first period class, and you've downloaded More About Nothing. Now, you getting the album package sent to you, and the mix is all shiny in the video, and that girl don't love you no more. So that feeling gone, you associate that with the, you know, the album. Now you blame it on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you blame it on, you know, that feeling. So, you know, the albums are like about situations like that. You know, the Glass Egg, trying to maintain this with that. You know, I got my friends outside trying to maintain this and that. You know, good business and mad friends, good business and mad friends. Aha. The Glass Egg.
I got it.
I think, you know what? I think that what you was talking about, I think that's what social media is, the gift and the curse, because when, like, Jay and Nas was coming up, they didn't see what the fans thought so much. So they was able to just create
fast.
Yeah. They was just able to create. They could do the record that would go to radio, but then still do the stuff that would go to the clubs.
T-Tip told me one time when we was in Australia, man, you know, get real introspective when they far from home. Like, so he was like, man, oh, back in the day, all we had was one interview for Source and album packaging.
Right.
Like, now y'all got blogs and videos. And this.
You got to do it all.
Look how many cameras in this joint.
Makes you too aware.
Yeah, it's another level of, like, you know, you got to really, like, you know what I'm saying? Thank God I'm articulate, because I don't know what I would do if I couldn't speak like that.
Right.
You know, and for real,
Elbow, shoot.
yeah, I'm coming, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we appreciate you joining us, man. It's
Always.
always a pleasure when
You got a
Wale
release
comes up
date
here.
yet?
Well, it's on me for real at this point, so I'm just trying to see how things go. But I will say this: I want to do something different, not as go hard as Beyonce. She just said, "I
Like
don't
a video
care
for
nothing."
every-
Bang, I'm Beyonce.
That's
and y'all
Beyonce,
gonna-
though. Yeah.
But I want to do something because look at the guys right now, like Schoolboy Q, and even you know some other people are dropping albums. I can't speak on it right now, but you know, a lot of a lot of people I know, they dropping records. Like, we doing something special in hip hop where it's like, even Kendrick, he don't care about the charts with this record. He just let you know that this is my single, my album's coming soon. We need to show the world that it ain't about chasing charts. It ain't about chasing. Cool, I gave everybody like a Benz. I have good hope that it's gonna go high up the charts. But don't define it. Like, just know that's my single. Be aware that I'm coming. My album's coming on this date. Make it a moment. Just make it a moment, because do it for the game. Do it for the Vic Mensa's, Chance the Rappers, all these young dudes that's gonna be on the cover of the XXL this year. Do it so they don't have to change what they doing. Do it so they can have an album release date and know they can get a release date without having a top 5 record. Right. Because that's what I'm doing with more album about nothing. Like, I'm not chasing no charts. I'm just doing it. I want to make a moment in hip hop. I want to do this. Kendrick doing his joint. Drake doing his joint. Well, Drake always gonna be on the charts, but Kendrick doing his joint. You know, Cole, God willing, everybody dropping their records. We saying forget the charts. It's on y'all. Because when I came in the game as a young dude, like, they were saying it was going to be me, Cole, Wiz, and all. We still here. But now it's time to do it, to put it in another lane. Now it's time to show them, fuck all that chart chasing stuff. We have a moment right now when this album coming out in December. Support that jump, because what is going to happen is we're going to restructure the whole thing. They're going to start judging people off their fans and how loyal their fans are, not how jingle catchy their single is. Right. Because that's what they. Right now we have a puzzle. We have to maintain our fans, keep our integrity, and have a jingle. You know what I'm saying? We can just make it so it's just us and the fans on this date. Come support me on this date. Change the game. We do that. The whole gonna be different.
Will you ask other artists to tweet your release date?
What you mean?
Like Meek asked you?
This guy's being an ass.
Have you tweeted Sally's release date?
Yeah, Ohio coming. You put me on the spot. Soon. This month.
Have you tweeted Rick Ross's release date?
Everybody.
Do you tweet that Omarion's on Love and Hip Hop every Monday?
Yes. Yes. No. I don't know.
Wale, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.